In this video vlog, I wanted to discuss the nature of a saw blade. Wanted to discuss particularly this set. Set is a feature on most saw blades, but not all. Some blades are what they're known as hollow ground planer blades, and they're designed for extremely fine finish, smooth cutting work. They tend to dull out rather quickly if you use them in anything coarse or loaded with any kind of glue or anything. But for the most everyday use, either a combination blade or a rip blade is the most common circular saw blade you can use. And circular saw blades are used in, of course, circular saws. They're also used in miter saws, and they're also used in table saws, so that they're a wide variety of sizes and types. And the different types may have more teeth or less teeth. They may just have steel tips, or they may have carbide tips for longevity. But in any event, I don't know if you can see it in this video. I've moved in the camera as close as I can. You will notice that, or maybe you won't notice, but every other blade is slightly bent the opposite direction. This one is bent slightly to the right. This one is bent slightly to the left. And this one to the right, and this one to the left, and so on and so forth. And what that does, it actually clears a path in the wood so that the plate part of the blade doesn't have to come in contact and bind up with the wood as you're cutting it. And this is particularly useful in all wood cutting, actually. You'll see the set is a real fine feature. The only problem with the set, it doesn't give you as smooth a cut. You can compensate some by adding teeth. For instance, you can have a blade, a 10-inch blade with 60 teeth or 80 teeth, or some I've even seen with 30 or 40 teeth. And the more teeth you have, actually, you do get a little smoother cut, because there are more teeth passing by the surface of the wood more quickly for every revolution that the saw blade makes in the tool as it comes in contact with the wood. You can also slow the cut down a little bit, and this helps. But you're going to see a lot of chipping. The opposite side of the wood is going to tend to splinter out with most any blade, any circular saw blade that you use. You're going to see usually the bottom surface will chip out some, and so that when you're sawing with a blade like this, you want to make sure that you're using your good side up when you're sawing through it. I'll move this camera around so that you can see the side of this blade. And just for convenience purposes, I did mount this blade upright in my sliding miter saw extension arm, just to lay it there. It's not actually viced, gripped in there or anything. But I wanted to show you. You may or may not be able to see this on there. But each tooth has a set to it. This one would be to the camera side. This one would be away from it. This would be towards it. This one would be away from it, and so on and so forth all the way around. And saw blades have an even number of teeth, so that it works out as you go all the way around. You have every other tooth in the opposite direction, so it doesn't give you a wobbly cut. It's as fast as the blade's moving. It's rather a smooth process, even with the set, as long as the set's not too great. The greater the set, the more tear out, the more roughness you have to the cut. This particular blade has a 5/8 inch diameter arbor hole. The arbor, of course, being the spindle on the saw that the blade's mounted to.